First video I've made for myself in a while. I'm out on Lake Toho. I have been making videos, but they've mainly been for Icon boats. I came out this morning though on Lake Toho. It's the first week of May. It's about 9:30 in the morning, which means my cameras are already overheating down here in Florida because it's 90 degrees on the lake already. But you'll see in this video, we got some burnt tungsten jigs now from CPF Lures. This is our little 1/2 ounce, kind of a compact micro football jig, all non-chip fade, no fade tungsten there. I tipped it off there with a about 3/4 of one of our black with blue flake Pippin 6er floating worms. Trimmed the skirt up. We have swim jigs, 1/2 ounce swim jigs, which my son caught a nice one last week on. I didn't throw that today. And we have 1/2 ounce and 1 ounce casting or flipping jigs. Also caught a few fish this morning on our little crankbait. Variety of colors on that, variety of colors on the jigs. I was throwing the crankbait on braid with a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader and throwing the jig on 15-pound straight mono and caught one on artificial. But when I came out here today, I'm out in my new Icon VLE 21. It's rigged out with the new Humminbird Explorer 12s, and I have the Mega Live 2. So I experimented today with the landscape mode, which I haven't used yet on the Mega Live 2. On some bluegill beds and some schooling fish, and I think I made a pretty good video for you guys. Check it out. Let me know. Went over some settings with my contrast and dynamic contrast and the sensitivity and all that kind of stuff. So with the 360 and the Mega Live 2, let me know what you think. One. Little fish there. So this, just caught this fish on our new little shad crankbait here. This is not a kneel and reel style crankbait. It is a finesse crankbait. I'm throwing it on a spin rod. I got 20-pound braid of the 9X braid, and then just a little pound, 3/4, 2 pound. A little tiny crankbait right there. It's slow sinking. You got to reel this thing slow. It's designed that way. If you really start whining on this thing, it's going to roll over on you. That's not a flaw. It's just a slow moving micro little crankbait there. I'm throwing it on a spinner rod. Again, I got 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, 20-pound braid, and I'm just doing a very slow wind and stop, crank and stop, retrieve. If you're out there, if you're using your forward-facing sonar and you're just watching it go down on some suspended fish, it'll slowly sink down on them, and it's just crank, crank, pause, crank, crank, pause. But that was my second cast with it. Got them in a bunch of different colors. CPF Lures. Oh. Oh, first crank. Man, I just turned that handle one time and that fish was on it. I'm out on Lake Toho, by the way. First week of May. Fish is pulling. A little bit better than the other one. A little bit better. Hook's got him. A little bit better fish. Man, I turn the handle just one time. I haven't made a YouTube video for myself in forever, in 3 days, because I've been doing a lot of stuff for Icon Boats and the Icon Tailgate Tour, which is coming up in just a couple weeks. 2.5 pounder there. On the CPF Lures Shad Crankbait. Oh, I didn't throw far enough. There's a whole bunch of fish out there. About 50 feet out. It's a pretty good fish, about 50 feet out. Ooh. Couldn't get that fish to eat the jig. I'm sorry, I couldn't get him to eat the crankbait. So, oh, I threw a little, it's a little guy. That one, catch him on all of our new stuff. This is our little burnt tungsten 1/2 ounce football head, almost like a micro jig. This is black and blue. I trimmed the skirt up a little bit so it'll flare out there a little bit, and then I have the back 3/4 of one of our Pippin 6er floating worms on there. See that? I'm around a bunch of bluegill beds, and looks like they're schooling in here where I'm at every once in a while. Some bluegill fishermen ran by. But yeah, 1/2 ounce, little compact micro jig. Didn't even trim up the, it's got a weed guard there, but it's not too aggressive. I didn't even trim that up at all, but I did trim the skirt up. So that was my second cast with that. Throws like a champ. Ooh. Oh, good Lord. It's a decent fish. Ate that jig. He popped it so hard. I was adjusting my colors on my 360. Didn't even see him. Not bad fish. On the football jig. Oh, he choked it. Kind of skinny. Man, he popped that thing though. Not a bad fish. 4 3/4, close to 5. He knocked the fire out of it. What I'm doing, sitting here, there's not a lot of grass out here. There's a little bit of, if I turn out this way, you'll see there's some pepper grass out there. See on the Mega Live 2, there's a little bit of pepper grass out there. Mainly this is just a flat sand bottom though, where I'm fishing. And I will see, I use my 360 and my Mega Live in unison with each other. I'm sitting still, I got my poles down, I'm in 4 or 5 feet of water probably. And I'll see little blips on the, like out here, playing with my 360. I always get asked, I made a post the other day showing some bluegill beds, and people will ask what my settings are. And it's very difficult. I adjust my settings all the time from spot to spot, mainly between contrast and sensitivity. Occasionally, I change my colors, but on my Mega Live 2, my favorite color right now is the spring craw. I just like the contrast between the yellow and the red. But this is my settings right now. I have my sensitivity on 7. My contrast is all the way up on 16. And I have the dynamic contrast on high. That's on Lake Toho. And then I'm just trying out a new color here on the 360. I have it on the Alabama Amber, but I kind of like that golden shiner color. My sensitivity is at 13, my contrast is at 12, my dynamic contrast is on. And I got it spinning at 3. Following schools of fish around. Ooh. I got fish. Sitting here talking about electronics. There's my fish on the live. Not as big as that last one. But that's my settings on my new Icon here, which I'll be doing a walkthrough of this boat soon. Just haven't had time. Planning a big tournament trail for Icon. Alright, new spot. Same depth. Up 5 feet. I'm on some bluegill beds. See them there on the 360? Right there. Some out there, some here, some over here. And there they are in the perspective mode. I have not been catching a lot of bass yet around the bluegill beds. The few times I've been out here. You see the beds there. If I turn the trolling motor, nothing out there. With this little bit of structure here, I can probably get this dialed in a little bit better. Oh, there's some fish swimming on it. Turn that, ooh. Do not want that sensitivity up. Sensitivity actually goes into the negative, which isn't bad. I think I like around a 4. There's a fish swimming, a couple of fish swimming right there. Don't know what they are. Still got my contrast pretty high. That's not bad actually. Got it all the way up. 17, 19, 20. That's actually, whoop. Got spots on my screen messing with my, leave it right there. There's actually quite a few fish swimming around out there. Don't know what they are. Get there. In behind me. Dadgummit. I can reach those. A little late morning topwater action. I always throw my topwater on braid, our 9X braid, which we sell a lot of. Black, no fade, 9-strand braid. Stays on top of the water about as good as your bait does. Doesn't pull those baits down. Cast a mile. This is 30. I really like this landscape mode and this shallow stuff. Look at all those fish swimming around out there. See them? Put my poles down.